Today was very frustrating for me because I had that lapse in discipline. I've been looking for a place to call home, and what I mean by that is a job and work somewhere and actually be able to grow, because I found that makes me happy. But at the same time, when I started looking, it's like all of a sudden trading's going really well. And then when I start to think about that, I, for some reason, started focusing on money. And that's an easy thing for me to do, and it's something I've been struggling with. And when I did that, I completely just threw away all of rules out the window and traded a stock multiple times that already broke my rules. It was AIHS. It was already gapping up, I think 100%. And then it already broke, one of my rules. It was like, I think it was trading almost its entire float, all pre-market. And the float was a low float. I think it was 3 million shares. It might have been smaller than that. And it was trading at least over 1 million shares. So I knew it was going to rotate its float. And at the open, it had some weakness. I think it opened at maybe $1.20 and then kind of failed for a little bit, but barely. I mean, not really. You can't really call it failure. It just went down to maybe 105 and then skyrocketed up. And I was shorting that, up to the top. First I was shorting at I believe it was like 118, 120, risking off the high of the day at the open, which is around 120. And then when it kept going up, I added to that position because I had an overall idea of the 140s. When that broke, I got out. And then I reshorted it. And by this time, it was already rotating its float. And that's a rule I cannot break, because when I break that rule, I pay for it. I took a 6R loss, which was huge for me. And it's frustrating because it's usually 3R for 1R, meaning 3 reward for 1 risk. So this took two wins out, which is frustrating in itself. And when I think about it, it's because I broke the number 1 rule. I should have just not traded a stock that is rotating its float. And not to mention the other rule I have for myself, and that is don't jump back in something once you're wrong. Because normally, it's like, I'm willing to say 99% of the time or 100, but it's probably like 90% of the time. When I cut my loss, I'm usually wrong overall. Meaning if I jump back in, I'm going to lose again. But yet, for some reason, today I just jumped back in, and I think it was because I was just frustrated. I'm frustrated that I've been working so hard at this for a long time. It's been on 2 years solid, and to still have some of these problems or struggles, it's just one of those frustrating things, because I can go, several months straight and be great, and then all of a sudden lapse. And today was one of those days. So, AIHS, I don't think I'll ever forget you.